WandaVision might bring in one of Marvel's most notorious witches. The first full trailer for Disney Plus's WandaVision dropped over the weekend, and it doubled down on the classic sitcom meets dark superhero mystery angle we were hoping for. But amid all of the strange and enigmatic aspects of the trailer, we were struck by one major prevailing question. What's the deal with Kathryn Hahn in this, and why is she laughing like that? Nerdist features writer Rosie Knight offered up a fantastic and totally likely theory over on Nerdist.com as to which Marvel Universe character Hahn could be and why it might be the key to the future of the MCU and the introduction of the Fantastic Four into Phase 4 and beyond.
That's what I'm talking about.
Rosie thinks Hahn is none other than Marvel's resident all-powerful witch, Agatha Harkness. Harkness first appeared in the pages of Fantastic Four number 94 from January 1970 by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. She's the nanny to Franklin Richards, son of the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, and it's not long before we learn Harkness is a powerful witch who uses her powers to save Franklin and the Fantastic Four from a villain called, this is real, the Trapster. After several adventures with the Fantastic Four, Agatha jumped over to the Avengers in issue number 128 in 1974. In that issue, she saves the titular superhero team before revealing her real motivation is to teach the ways of magic to one of their ranks. Wouldn't you know it, it's the Wanda part of WandaVision, the Scarlet Witch. Over the years, Wanda and Agatha have a number of adventures, usually tied into Agatha's role as a witch in New Salem, the hidden city for Marvel's mystical and magical characters in Colorado. But it's what happens in 1985's The Vision and Scarlet Witch, Volume 2, Number 3, that will really tie into WandaVision. By that point in the comics, Agatha is dead, but her astral form appears to Wanda following a run-in with New Salem Witch Coven Salem 7. She tells Wanda not just to channel the magic, but use it, which Wanda takes to mean she should create the children she and Vision can't have naturally. By the next issue, she's pregnant with Billy and Tommy, aka Wiccan and Speed, the twins that we see in the trailer. And then everybody lived happily ever after. Wait, just kidding. This is comics we're talking about, and it gets a lot worse. In West Coast Avengers number 51 from 1989, Agatha appears again, alive this time because comics, to help with Wanda's weakening mental state and the twins' ever-weirding behavior. In a heartbreaking moment, we learn that Wiccan and Speed are actually shards of the soul of extra-dimensional demon, Mephisto. After such a horrible revelation, all Agatha can do for her protege is to wipe her mind of the existence of the twins and of Vision entirely. This also isn't a good thing because that's what sends Wanda down the path of destroying the Avengers and later wiping out all but 198 mutants in a little X-Men arc you may have heard of, called House of M. Wanda is very powerful. So how does this all tie into WandaVision and Kathryn Hahn? Well, there are a few interesting indicators. Hahn's character pops up in different outfits in each of the different TV shows we see in the trailer, and definitely seems to know a lot about where Vision and Wanda are, and that Vision is dead. Spoilers. She's also wearing a witch hat and costume when she says that, a pretty dead giveaway. But we know Wanda and Vision's twins feature in the show, and we also know Agatha Harkness is integral to their creation. As we said earlier, the twins are made from the shards of Mephisto's soul, and Mephisto is a big contender for main baddie in another MCU title, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Could we see those self-same mad multiverses in part in WandaVision, since House of M proves she has the power to create such worlds? Hahn appears in each of the different time periods we see in the trailer, which means her meddling neighbor persona could make her the mastermind, or at least the guide, for what's going on. In the comics, Agatha wipes Wanda's mind to help her get over the grief of her children not being real. Could the show be Wanda trying to recreate her memories that have already been wiped? Is it a new dimension Wanda has created to have the life she always wanted after the death of Vision? And if so, did Agatha help her create it and is now trying to warn Wanda and her hubby about the truth of their situation? Oh, and remember the Fantastic Four? Maybe Agatha Harkness's appearance will also signify a nod to Reed and Sue Richards. Heck, last week's casting announcement of Jonathan Majors for the new Ant-Man movie has most assuming he'll be Kang the Conqueror, a canonical descendant of the Richards clan. It's all happening, folks. New Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Pepe Sylvia, they're all joining the MCU. We'll have to wait until December 2020 to know for sure, but needless to say, the appearance of a for-real witch alongside Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet One is enough for us to hope the apocalypse waits until 2021, at the earliest. In the meantime, tell me, what do you think of all of this? Is Kathryn Hahn playing Agatha Harkness? Could WandaVision be a trick or a trap of some kind? Will we get to see Agatha's cat Ebony, please, please, please? Let's discuss in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.